Today we're announcing the latest in a string of separate indictments of overseas cyber criminals who have brazenly used technology to steal money and property from individual companies inside the United States and around the world.
We've heard those words too many times to count. Huge international crime rings operating in the shadows, hard to track while easily making off with millions. Pick a big company and chances are it's been the target of hackers, from Apple to Facebook, Visa to Nissan, even the New York Stock Exchange. And it's not just the companies that are affected, but their customers too, people just like you. Well, the financial toll from being the victim of a cyber crime is staggering. A recent report from the Internet Crime Complaint Center shows victims lost an average of more than $4,000. This includes everything from extortion schemes to identity theft and computer hacking. CCTV's Jim Spellman has been digging into all of this and has some valuable tips for all of us on how to protect ourselves.
And Mike, you don't have to have a lot of money to be the target of cyber thieves. The internet security company Norton reports that over the past year, more than 430 million adults were the victim of a cyber crime. Do the math. That amounts to 14 adults suffering from a cyber crime every second. That's the focus today in our series, Code War.
With an annual global cost of over $100 billion a year, consumer cybercrime is big business. Identity theft, fraud, extortion, blackmail. The list goes on.
Name the different things that in the physical world happen. Guess what? They've all moved into the digital world.
Teresa Payton is a former White House chief information officer who now runs a cybersecurity firm. She says the criminals can range from lone wolves to international crime syndicates. Their targets? Anyone with an internet-enabled device.
We use laptop computers, we're on our phones all day, we have wireless routers in our house. Where are we most vulnerable?
We're everywhere. I mean, all technology is hackable. And so what you have to do is, again, sort of think about that risk versus reward trade-off.
Start with the most vulnerable areas of your digital life, she says. Guard your email addresses. Create separate addresses for financial accounts, social media, and personal communications. Be cautious when using public internet. That free Wi-Fi network that pops up at the coffee shop could be a cybercriminal's trap. And never give out any personal information without knowing who is on the other end. That's because most cybercrime begins in the digital domain, but relies on so-called social engineering, tricking victims into giving personal information.
You got to be a really good con man.
And there are threats from seemingly innocent sources.
So this is really kind of the digital hub of a lot of people's homes these days. This is the wireless router.
Payton says cybercriminals can use it to access your computer or turn your network into an unwitting accomplice to cybercrime, using it to send out malware and spam emails.
Yeah, if you don't lock this down, it's like leaving the back door or a side door open to your house.
Never rely on the factory password. Change it immediately, she says.
And I use my phone, or I use this if this is handy.
Most computers, tablets, and smartphones come with webcams that let us video chat over the internet.
But that comes with vulnerabilities.
It comes with huge vulnerabilities. What people don't realize is they think, well, if the green light's not on, you're not recording, right? Or only I can turn on that camera, right? Wrong.
Keep devices away from you when you want privacy. And for a simple fix, cover the camera with a piece of tape. And coming online now, the so-called Internet of Things. Household items like toaster ovens and refrigerators, even toilets, connected to the internet. At least one malware attack has already been launched from an internet-enabled smart refrigerator.
Is it safer to just stick with a good old-fashioned refrigerator like this that isn't connected to the internet?
Again, this is a risk versus reward trade-off.
The technology will continue to evolve, and so will the threats.
Okay, maybe you two can have a shared Facebook page.
Yeah, text me later, okay?
One of the things about cybercrime that is so frustrating is that the cyber criminals are so hard to catch. They use all their computer knowledge to hide their digital fingerprints, making it difficult to even locate them. That's why prevention is so important. Listen to the experts. Take those chance to close those digital doors and lock them tight whenever you can, Mike.
And keep the old refrigerator, at least in my house. Thank you, Jim.